Hi, I'm Carianne Burr. I'm the school lead at PRS. I joined in 2017. My background has been in criminal justice, particularly in group work interventions, and I've essentially dedicated my working career to supporting the growth of others. So Carol Dweck talked about the benefits of a growth mindset, being a greater sense of free will and ability to build resilience to overcome obstacles. And I guess that's what growth represents for me and for the company. I love this proverb. This to me is about valuing every child and seeing communities as having a shared investment in nurturing and guiding all of our young ones. Brento spoke about how there are no disposable kids, which I think fits really well here. So the child who is not embraced by the village will burn it down to feel its warmth. Maslow talks of a hierarchy of needs. So how we meet our full potential, we need to sort of build on the basics first. And for me, there's something there about the collective. So us all as a society drawing on our individual skills and our resources at every level so that the younger generation can flourish. When we talk about social circles and who touches who in their life, I think this image represents just how far-reaching influence can be. Together, we have a shared responsibility to make and have an impact and build a culture of growth. So beneath every behaviour there is a feeling, and beneath each feeling is a need. And when we meet that need, rather than focus on the behaviour, we begin to deal with the cause, not the symptom. For me, there's something here about the value of curiosity as a way of exploring a cause free from the restraints of assumption or labelling. So the principles of growth are in the fabric of all of our work, and the school project is no exception. The first is meaningful relationships, and this picture for me encapsulates everything in a relationship that is honest, inspiring, supportive, trustworthy, and fun, I guess. This image represents a connection with nature to find peace and inspiration and an understanding of where we fit in the world. I love this picture. It's my son and my brother taking a more unconventional view of the world together. So Duff talks about enabling places, so spaces that are holistic and promote growth. And I think this picture says it all. Constructing a positive climate involves creating spaces that meets everyone's needs. And my son here looks really content where he sits, he's in peace, while the older trees are providing shelter, but still offering enough light for the bluebells to flourish. This is a symbiotic environment that fits all. Oshoki Abula, a female architect in the US, talks of smiles per square foot. I love this idea. Promoting well-being and experiencing joy and peace. So my son and I recently went on a morning walk and landed on the pier. It was peaceful and we felt it, and we used our shadows to capture our feeling of peace. Along this walk, my son insisted that I step out of my comfort zone and try the Zipline on the park. I think the face says it all. I was truly joyful, if not a little scared, and I felt safe though to be myself, or maybe perhaps a younger version of myself, and just let go. So another picture of my son demonstrating quite nicely a way of finding a pro-social way of coping. And this is about experimenting to find what works for you. So to do this, the environment and the relationships we have with each other must be restorative and mutually supportive. My son demonstrates this perfectly here. This slide is about meaningful work and learning new things. And I love this picture because this is my daughter working alongside her dad and learning how to solder, something she wouldn't ordinarily do, but it was part of a piece of homework that she was given. And the key to this is around personal growth and investing in a sense of belonging and purpose. To develop that, we must share our own skills and provide opportunities to others to learn and grow. This image represents what inspiration can do to a child's focus and the inclination to grow. So my son was affected by a lesson that he had done that day at school, and then he decided to replicate this at home. We were his students and he was the teacher, and it was just so lovely to see how that level of inspiration had kind of passed on to my son and then through to us. Experiencing normality and feeling free is about encouraging autonomy, so being creative and doing things where the mind can escape. Having opportunities to do everyday things strengthens the relationships we have with others around us, and it also provides a sense of connection with the wider collective. Ram Dass was an American spiritual leader, and I saw this recently on my Instagram feed. He spoke of love as being unconditional, so not something that we give depending on an opinion, but something you just give always and for no reason. And I like that, and for me this fits with the idea that as humans, finding the strengths in others through this lens of unconditional love can offer hope, forgiveness and gratitude for us all so that we can continue to grow. This image, a bit blurry, is of my dad and husband holding my daughter up to fetch a wayward football. It seems like they're helping her, but in actual fact she offered to help them reach the ball that they had enthusiastically kicked out of the garden. We have a role in enabling and guiding young people, but there are some things that are best left to them and other things that only they can solve and achieve. A collaborative approach to meeting goals. Do you see what I did there? So when a flower doesn't bloom, you fix the environment in which it grows, not the flower. So I think this says it all, and there's no need for explanation really. Sometimes when you strip back all the gumph, you find a little gem like this. This idea of gratitude and generosity, when we all help each other, everybody wins. So fulfillment and growth is achieved when we give and receive. One without the other creates an imbalance and widens that gap, I guess, between us and them. So where we are and where we want to be, individually and as a whole. The School Growth Project provides a variety of services, from whole school growth interventions to guest speakers with lived experiences and specific programs for staff and hard-to-reach pupils. If you have any questions or you just want to come and have another chat to me, I'll be milling about, probably eating biscuits at the end. See you then.